After shooting a young man multiple times inside of a Twin Cities movie theater. Police arrived at that theater in Minneapolis last night for reports of shots fired. The 23-year-old man was taken to a hospital with multiple gunshot wounds. His condition is currently unknown. Police say the suspect ran from the scene. He is still on the loose this morning. We have local breaking news this morning. A 36-year-old man is dead after losing control of his motorcycle on I-94 near the University Drive exit in Fargo. It happened just after 9 last night. First responders arrived on scene and provided medical treatment, but the rider was pronounced dead. He was not wearing a helmet. The man's name will be released tomorrow evening. New this morning, one man is hurt after crashing into a school bus in Otter Tail County. Minnesota State Patrol officials say the crash happened in Buse Township near Fergus Falls yesterday afternoon. A 43-year-old Elbow Lake man was driving on County Road 82 when a bus was turning onto that same road. Both vehicles slammed into each other. The driver of the car was taken to a hospital. His injuries are considered non-life threatening. The driver of the school bus, a 63-year-old woman from North Carolina, was the only person on board and was not hurt. It's just 6:52 now on this Wednesday morning. Let's get a check of your forecast with Lisa Green. Good morning, Lisa.
Good morning. Some waking up to rain, others waking up to some sunshine today. Depends on where you are. We're looking at the Devil's Lake Basin, northeastern North Dakota specifically, getting that rain and even some thunder shower activity. And we've been seeing that more into eastern parts of Foster County. We saw some thunderstorms rolling through Carrington. Now it's getting ready to cross over into Griggs County, moving toward Cooperstown here. And then some showers over Devil's Lake up toward Langdon and rain back into Pembina County too. And in and around the Grand Forks region, we've got some showers as well. And one little thunderstorm that's been popping up in Steele County. So some cells starting to develop in other spots that we're going to be watching. But this is going to be below severe levels here today. We're just talking rain and some lightning, at least for the daytime hours for this morning and into the early afternoon as this warm front continues to move through and create some of that shower activity. This is our view in Devil's Lake. You can see the raindrops on our camera. We've also got rain reported in Jamestown at 58. It's 56 in Fargo, 55 in Grand Forks, Fergus Falls at 61 right now, and it's sunny in Bemidji. So a very different afternoon for us today too. Look at our temperatures in the south. We're going to be surging at the last minute today into the 90s as that warm air really kicks in with a strong wind. Northern Valley more likely to be in the 70s and 80s, and that transition between those two air masses is going to help fuel some thunderstorms here this afternoon. More into the evening and late night, we have a severe risk. We're looking at 2-inch diameter hail possible, 70-mile-per-hour wind gusts, and I can't rule out a tornado. So this is something we'll want to watch closely for some isolated areas of severe weather. Here's a look at your 7-day planner. Temperatures back into some 80s by the time we get into tomorrow and through the holiday weekend.
But otherwise, we're talking 30-degree difference there between the Roseville, I believe it was the town in South Dakota there with their highs for today.
Aberdeen's going to be near 100, and it's going to be hot. Not just, rather, of course, 100 is hot, but it's going to be muggy too, with some of that air really helping to fuel thunderstorm activity for later today. So that, that transition, something's got to give, and we'll see that potential for storms again later tonight.
All right, Lisa, thank you. You might hear construction crews. Excuse me, I need to cough. If we could take that video here, I'm going to turn off my mic for a second and get a... Excuse me there. Thank you for bearing with us. You might hear construction crews in Moorhead a little earlier than usual today. Road crews started working at 4 this morning on 20th Street and Main Avenue near Moorhead High. The city says it needs to start work early to help with the concrete delivery. The underpass will hopefully be open in mid-July. Due to safety concerns, the Red River Women's Clinic in Fargo is not revealing in Moorhead where they plan to go. Fundraising efforts for the move has reached almost $1 million.
Our plan is to provide abortions in North Dakota as long as we legally can. We should have moved to Minnesota a long time ago. There are a lot less burdens on providers, a lot less hoops patients have to jump.
The clinic's time in Fargo is running out. North Dakota's abortion law will go into effect in less than 1 month. That is on July 28th. Now, once that law goes into effect, performing an abortion will be a Class C felony, carrying a maximum penalty of 5 years in prison and a $10,000 fine. That's for the person performing the abortion, not the person receiving the abortion. The state's ban does include exceptions for rape, incest, and saving the life of the mother. And if a fetus is determined to be dead inside the mother, a procedure would no longer be considered an abortion, and that would make it then legal. But there are still many things that are unknown, including who determines whether a mother's life is at risk. Is a doctor's word good enough? And what if a child is not viable, meaning it's not developing properly and will die outside of the womb? Our reading of the law is that ending that type of pregnancy would be illegal under North Dakota law. That would prevent abortion because of genetic abnormalities. Excuse me, I need to get another glass of water here, but I'll get through it. Now, we have reached out to the women's healthcare leaders who say that is how their legal counsel interprets the law as well. But again, the law change is very new, so we are still working to understand the details. New this morning, just yesterday, CVS announced a limit of how much Plan B pills that someone can buy online. Now company officials say they are removing purchase limits on emergency contraception. CVS implemented the limitation because of increased demand after the Supreme Court overturned Roe v. Wade. The company says sales have now stabilized. Purchase limits are expected to be removed from all locations online within 24 hours. The reversal of Roe v. Wade has greatly intensified election campaigns in Minnesota. Governor Tim Walz is reminding people that his opponent, Dr. Scott Jensen, supports all abortion bans except to save the life of the mother, even in the case of rape or incest. Jensen has also pledged to appoint anti-abortion judges to the state Supreme Court, should he be elected. 5 of the 7 current Minnesota Supreme Court justices were appointed by Democratic governors, but 3 of them will retire in the next gubernatorial term. Lieutenant Governor Peggy Flanagan says abortion rights supporters are not a majority in the state's House or Senate, so preserving the governor's veto power is essential for those that want to see abortion rights preserved in Minnesota. Defeating the governor is a big goal of pro-lifers in the state. The Beltrami County Sheriff's Office needs your help in locating a vulnerable adult who has a current mental health crisis and has threats of suicide. 50-year-old Nathan Pochart of Bemidji was reported missing around 8 last night. He's driving a maroon 2005 GMC Sierra 4-door pickup with Minnesota plate numbers 387WHU. Now, if you see him, please call 911. The West Fargo Police Department wants your help in finding a 17-year-old girl. Layla Ahn left her home on June 15th and has stopped all communication with her family. Her picture is up on your screen. Take a look right now. Any information about her should be forwarded to the West Fargo Police Department. North Dakota lawmakers are investigating a $1.8 million cost overrun on a building leased by the Attorney General's office under the late Wayne Stenjum. Attorney General Drew Wrigley says he learned of the problems in March. Last summer, Stenjum's office paid $1.4 million using his previous budget and is now making monthly payments to cover the rest by tapping salaries of vacant positions and holding back on certain budgetary items. Wrigley says about $300,000 still needs to be paid. The Biden administration says that close to 300,000 monkeypox vaccines will be rolling out in the coming weeks. Testing will also get easier with commercial labs getting more tests. The initial goal is to stop the spread of the virus in that area that has been most affected. It was a scary moment on a California freeway. A Brinks truck on the brink of disaster after crashing into a railing. Tow trucks were called to help to the scene to bring that truck back onto the road. Take a look at that video right there. Now, the driver was able to be pulled out of that truck thanks to firefighters. It's still unclear what led up to that vehicle going off the ledge. The Today Show and CBS Mornings are just about to start, but the Valley Today rolls on. More news and weather on the CW. Thanks for bearing with me through that as I had a few cough attacks. We'll see you here tomorrow morning. Have a good day.